this is your captain speaking. We're arriving at our destination shortly.
Hello, welcome back to the latest AX3 episode. My name is Greg. I'm going to be your real internet pilot on this episode, and we're going back to school. That's why we got our glasses on, because we're going back to pilot school. We're going back to FS Academy IFR lessons number 5 and 6, holding patterns and VOR approaches. So here we got the instructions for our lesson. We're going to be in the Cessna C172 with the G1000. We're going to do holding procedures, direct entry, teardrop, parallel entry, wind correction. Now the parallel, teardrop, and direct, I have two or three videos at this point. Very easy way to figure out which pattern you need to get into if you're having trouble with that. I got it from a real pilot, and I use it all the time when I need to in a simulator, and it works pretty much great, to the point where I can do it a lot of times in my head now, just kind of by looking at everything. But yeah, man, so we're going to be doing that. Here's the lesson plan here. The direct entry, that's when we make a turn right into, right into the pattern. Like if you're making a turn, you're going right for the landing. Teardrop, you come in on an angle, like it has here, 30-degree angle. And then parallel, you just come in, fly the outbound leg for a minute, and then make a big old U-turn. So then we have wind correction. So we'll go over that a bit more. Then we have our VOR approach, procedure turn, non-precision approach, minimum descent altitude. So it looks like for this one we're going to be in Manchester. Probably going to be, it looks like, coming in on runway 23 right. And that seems to be that one. So I think this holding pattern one, I don't think it's going to give us problems, but it might, we might have to, I hope we don't have to restart it, but it might come a time where we might have to restart it. Anyways, let's jump into this thing. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, because you really have no choice. You just have to do it. It helps Mother Earth. If you love Earth, you'll do it. Even if you don't love Earth, do it for me. Do it for your old boy Greg. Old Greg from down the block. All right, let's see here. Holding. Should have the right controls. I checked it before. I'm hoping that our throttle, props, and fuel are good here. Seen some updates look like coming out for Parallel 42, Chase Plane, PMDG, iFly. Like there's a lot of stuff getting ready to hopefully start dropping on 2024.
When flying, sometimes we need to wait for our turn to land at a busy airport. Or to commence an instrument approach, we have to arrive at the beacon aligned within 30 degrees.
Wrong button, my bad.
The procedure's outbound leg. Otherwise, we have to complete a holding pattern first. We'll start with a direct entry and complete a lap of the hold. Intercept and fly the 030 course to Southampton. A hold is made of two courses, an inbound and an outbound, plus two 180 turns, usually to the right. The technique used to enter the hold depends on the direction from which we arrive. A hold consists of reaching the VOR or NDB, turning right to the outbound leg, fly for 1 minute and then turn right to the beacon again. The inbound holding course is 030. We're currently on a heading to intercept the 030 radial inbound to Southampton VOR. Please maintain 3,000 feet throughout.
Oh, 3,000 feet. Oh shit.
The inbound
I didn't know what we were supposed to, because we were below 3,000, teacher, when we got in.
We're currently on a heading to intercept the 030 radial inbound to Southampton VOR. As we're approaching already aligned with the holding course, we make a direct entry.
I adjust my wind.
To fly the outbound leg of
my
our
wind. Oh, no, it's got it on there already.
Wind drift. If the wind is coming from the holding side, from the right in this example, we would apply triple the drift to the outbound leg.
Oh wow.
If there's a crosswind of 10 knots and we're flying at 60 knots, it would make us drift downwind by 10 degrees. The faster you go, the less drift angle you get.
I
The
believe
same
that.
10 knot
Makes sense.
crosswind at 120 knots would only give us 5 degrees of drift. If the wind is coming from the non-holding side, the left side in this example, we apply double the drift. We are flying at around 120 knots. A light 5-knot wind from the west means we'll apply 5 degrees of drift to our 210 outbound leg, meaning our outbound heading will be heading 215.
Right, wait a minute. Let's pull this up here. I have a question about this. I understand what he said. I just want to... Okay. Four o'clock. Okay, this is not what he just showed us. He's already talking about wind correction in the hold. Okay, when tracking a course, you fly a heading that accounts for wind in order to fly the correct track. All right, so double the speed, half the drift. 60 knots and a full crosswind, your drift angle will equal the wind speed. So with 20 knot wind from your left, you will drift 20 degrees to the right. So that makes sense. So to track 360 would require, well, that makes sense. Okay, increasing speed reduces. So if you double your speed, you have the angle. So the same 20 knot wind at 120 knots will make you drift only 10 degrees, requiring you. Okay, well, that makes sense. So at 60 knots with a crosswind, we double it. At 120, there's a 20 knot crosswind, we cut it in half. Okay, I get it. I get it. Come on, teach. Oh, we got it now, teacher.
Drift to the outbound leg once established in the hold and not during the entry procedures themselves.
I put the autopilot on. These lessons are great. I love these things. Learn so much. Never knew that. Oh, drift angles and shit. Man, look how good this simulator. How good you look, boy. Oh shit. Stay on task. We can do it. We can do it. We're gonna pass our lesson today. Using our radial though. Catch up on radial again. Must be getting close to it. Yep.
We're now reaching the Southampton VOR. Make a right-hand turn to your outbound heading of 215.
Good turn going. Altitude's looking good. Speed's looking good.
When you've completed your turn, start timing for 1 minute. You can use the inbuilt timer or look at the clock at the bottom right of the PFD. After 1 minute has elapsed, turn right again onto the inbound course back towards the VOR.
I got a timer on my yoke here. Good.
Now we're established on 215. Let's start timing for 1 minute.
Okay. Got it. Seconds in. Doing pretty good, teacher. I think our original flight instructor would be proud of us. Ooh, look, a football stadium. Oh, it's a football pitch. Oi, look at that. Oi. Oi, look at that football pitch. Oi, oi, oi. Almost been a minute, teacher.
It's 1 minute. Turn right onto the inbound course 030.
Told you. Earth. Shit. All right, we're gonna roll out here pretty soon. All right, roll out on 030. It's about 2 miles to our VOR station. Why our VOR is not aligned properly because we're so close. X probably going to be teardrop, where we come in at an angle, 30-degree angle. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody's week been doing? Sir.
Good, that's a direct entry completed. Leave the VOR on heading of north. You can keep the CDI set to course 030 throughout this mission.
Yeah.
As we fly north, we'll discuss the teardrop entry.
Turn left, heading 360. Okay. All right. What you gonna do, Teach? What you gonna teach us, Teach? Guess we gotta fly a little far out first.
So if we approach a hold from the top left of the inbound course, we fly to the beacon and then turn to a course of the outbound leg minus 30 degrees. We continue on this course for 1 minute, then turn right to the beacon.
Be true.
This is a teardrop entry.
Oh, I need track IFR. Need to get paid again so I can buy it. If I had that DSP money, I'd be able to buy it, no problem. I don't know if I can use track IFR with the glasses on. That I have to look. I guess the booklet would say how many miles we're going to be flying out, but I didn't really look at the booklet too much. Just a little bit with you guys that I just looked at in the beginning. We still have Commander.
Okay, now please make a left-hand turn back to Southampton VOR. Just follow the bearing 1 needle to track directly to the beacon.
Okay. For altitude and check. Yeah, these lessons are really very interesting, very helpful actually. I've used quite a bit of what I've learned so far in the flights that I've done. Yeah, I don't know if I can use track IFR with sunglasses. Be nice if I could. I'm sure there's a way to do it. Gotta pick up like your head movement, I think. I know you wear something on top of your head as well. Trying to get the bearing to pull up. There we go.
The outbound leg of our hold is 210. So 210 minus 30 is 180. So we'll leave the VOR on heading 180 for 1 minute.
Okay. That like right now? Alright, I got 1 minute set. This doesn't really make much sense to me why we're doing it now. We're like still a little far away from VOR station. Like, shouldn't we be doing the entry when we get to it? Okay, here we go. This must be where we got to do it at.
Arriving at Southampton VOR. Fly heading of 180 for 1 minute.
Alright, 1 minute has started. Still have a little bit of time. Still got about 40 seconds left. Hey, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Good evening. What's up, buddy? All right, we got about 10 seconds left of this teardrop. they call us out on it. All right, that's been a minute, bud.
That's 1 minute. Make your right-hand turn to 030 to intercept towards Southampton.
Hard to turn on the outside like that and keep it in check the whole time. Try to keep as close to 3,000 feet as we can. Pretty close to 030. Oh, 030 is the VOR needle, that's right. Down a few feet, closer to 3,000. Now we gotta do our parallel turn. Another football pitch. Look at that. Excellent. Turn. Still at altitude. Just our trim a little bit. Just our trim nose down a little bit. Pull back on the throttle just a touch. We gotta reach our VOR station. A couple miles for that. Go up a little bit before it buzzes out from being below 3,000 feet. Whatever we can do to keep this teacher happy, we're gonna try to do it. As long as it's not something that we'll regret later anyway. We all don't want that kind of trouble following us. That's for sure. 20 years down the line, we're like applying for a job. And like, oh yeah, well back in 2025, you remember when you did that favor so you could pass that online course? Yeah, we know what favor you're talking. All right, what we doing, teacher?
Here we are reaching Southampton VOR again, completing our teardrop entry. This time leave Southampton on a heading of 060.
All right. Get a little juice. What is juice? Alright. Aren't we supposed to do this for 1 minute? No, we have to fly away for a while.
On the heading 060 to set
Once we get a few miles out, we'll turn around again.
Type of entry, called the parallel entry. If arriving from the top right of the inbound course, we fly to the beacon as usual, then turn left to parallel the outbound leg for 1 minute. After 1 minute, we turn left again towards the inbound course, which we will overshoot and intercept from the other side. Now make a right-hand turn back to Southampton VOR and set us up for a parallel entry.
Got it, Tish. Crank the throttle up so we don't slow down during our turn. Got to get a little bit more altitude. We're a little underneath where we should be. There we go.
right turn and establish directly towards Southampton VOR using the bearing needle. You can still keep the course of 030 set on the CDI.
We shall. I see that bearing needle. That big, beautiful blue needle right there. Right where I'm getting ready to put the heading indicator. Ooh, we gotta get down now. Don't say anything, teacher. I was just kidding. Just kidding. Alright, very good. That's done. Once we start lining up, we'll turn back. I wonder if we're gonna land or if we're just gonna finish in the air. I don't recall the last time we actually landed in an airplane. Yeah, I think it's been a minute, I think. No, we're too high. Don't say anything, teacher, I promise. I promise I'll be better. So we got it, teacher. Here, man. The teacher, give me a high five. Excellent. Watched Home Alone today. I haven't seen that movie in so long. Kind of funny. Kind of funny. It's still funny after all these years. That's still. I don't know if it's a movie I could watch like all the time, but man, it's like a one-off.
Make a left turn now to heading of 210 for 1 minute.
Okay, 10 for 1 minute. Got it. But as like just kind of watching it, half watching it today while I was at work, that was pretty fun. Yeah, I always like to have stuff playing in the background while I'm working. Timer started for 1 minute.
Out on heading 210, start timing for 1 minute. Then make your left turn to intercept the 030 radial to Southampton.
I always like having stuff playing in the background while I'm working. Today just happened to be some Home Alone just because it popped up on the feed, but man, that's a funny ass movie. I remember when that movie first came out. I never really understood why they put John Candy in there. I guess maybe he had like a contract with Chris Columbus, the producer or the director of the movie, Chris Columbus. Maybe he had some sort of, deal where he had to be in a certain amount of movies or something. I don't know. He was always in comedies, but then like later in life he was trying to play these like characters where he was like heartfelt and do the right thing, which is fine, but that's just not like what he was originally known for. He was originally like known for comedy, and then he started doing like drama and stuff like that. All right, that's been a minute, buddy. Well, my clock, that's been a minute.
That's 1 minute elapsed, so make a long left-hand turn all the way round to intercept the course of 030 to Southampton VOR. You'll certainly overshoot the course, so intercept from the other side.
Yeah, I never really got down with Home Alone 2 or 3. 2 was it was okay. It was still kind of funny, like the traps and the way that the bad guys were getting injured was funnier, I think, in 2 than in 1. But yeah, nobody will believe that a kid can just live at the Waldorf Astoria for like a week and just live off of room service, like with no parent around ever. Like, I could buy it on the first movie. Maybe that parents left their kid home alone. You know what I mean? Going to Paris, maybe that could happen. There was a lot of stuff going on in that first movie. Guess we got to turn towards that bearing indicator, so right to north. But yeah, the third movie I never really watched. I didn't really care to watch the third movie. I guess because I got older, I just didn't really care anymore. Plus, I didn't, you know, if the second one, I didn't think the second one was as good as the first one, I know for sure the third one ain't going to be as good. Like, how many times can you do the same movie? Can't keep on punching that ticket every couple, you know what I mean? Like, everyone, you just got to replace the ticket and come up with a new ticket. You can't just continually punch the same ticket. On, teach. You got to be capturing that bitch soon. We're like a mile away from it. Reach some VOR. We got to be around it. Got to be around somewhere. We got to be dead on it. We're only like a half a mile away from the VOR station. There we go. We're hitting it. Lesson over.
Excellent. That's the lesson on the halting patterns.
That's what I thought. Sweet. That was a cool lesson. What? Man, that's ghetto as shit. You know I passed that bitch. I made that lesson my bitch. I did a good job on that. Alright, so the next one is NDB approach. We kind of looked at this in the beginning. Let's pull back up the material. So, approach. So we're doing non-precision approaches. We're doing a VOR approach. Looks like we're in Manchester. Coming in on the MCT. So I don't know what they're gonna. I don't know how they're gonna have us come in. If we're gonna come in and do a procedure turn and come back on, that would be nice if they had us come in like somewhere from the northwest or the south or something like that. Come up and hit this line here. Do the outbound, do the direct, you know, do the turn, and then come back around. So let's see what they got us doing. Maybe it'll be, no? It's gonna be fun either way. These are some fun ass lessons. I love these things. On. Let's stay at 3,500.
We start in flight on our way to intercepting the course 047 towards Manchester VOR MCT. The approach chart shows we're looking at the Manchester runway 23 right VOR approach. Manchester is frequency 113.55. The procedure has us leave Manchester VOR on course 047 until 12.3 DME, then make a procedure turn to come around to intercept the course 227 to the runway.
That's what we just talked about. That's good.
To begin, intercept and follow the 047 course to Manchester VOR.
Alright, I'm guessing it's 3,500 feet, buddy, since we haven't really discussed it. One thing I don't like that I'm starting to notice is that they give us a cheat code down here with this blue arrow. You know, it looks like, I guess that's for our flight plan, but it looks like it just continually tells us what direction we need to be flying. And you know what I mean? I know it's a lesson, so there's going to be some hand holding, but that I wish we could turn off. Like, that's, I don't know, that just dumbs it down for me. I don't want to have that. Let's see if I'm making this up or if it's really accurate.
We reach Manchester VOR, leave on the 047 course.
Yeah. You already got it programmed in, so that's easy. Yeah, see, it went away. All right, we are on the 047 rail. Yo, what's up, Phoenix? How you doing, dude? All right, we should be on 047. Oh yeah, yeah. No worries. Well, you know, we're trying to be a pilot, so we got to put the glasses on, and we gotta, you know, pilots in the day they used to wear scarves, so you know. We gotta dress the part to be the part. Not bad. Life's been good. Work's good. Family's good. Not much to complain about, man. How about yourself? Been pretty good, man. I've been losing weight. Been happy. Man, things are good. Yeah, man. Just trying to get in some flying where I can fit it in lately. I've been busy as hell lately. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I've been feeling a lot better now that I've been losing weight. I'm not even really like, I haven't really even changed my eating habits a lot either. Like I'm just eating a lot cleaner than I used to be. Like no more processed sugar, no fast food, like trying to eat everything from home and just eat good ingredients from now on. It's a little more expensive, but it's definitely, I've been feeling a lot better. That's for sure. All right, so we got to continue to go 12. We get 12.3 and then I don't recall what our outbound route is. I'll have to look at the map. Let's look at the map real quick. See what our outbound route is. Let's interact with this. I can't really zoom in on his SA 100. That's 182. 47. VOR. You know, I can't fuck with that. It's too blurry. Let me look at it on here. All right, so I'm going outbound on heading of 2. All right, very good. Let's continue.
Procedure turns are a defined way to reverse your direction, intercepting the reciprocal course.
That is true.
For example, you could track course 360, make a procedure turn, and then follow the course 180.
That is true.
They involve turning off your outbound course for 1 minute before turning around and re-intercepting your inbound course.
That's what we've been doing today, teacher. That's right.
This approach has a procedure turn where we leave our outbound of 047 to turn left to track 002 for 1 minute, before turning right around to track 182 to intercept our approach inbound.
We still got 6 miles left though.
The 1 minute time starts after completing your first turn. Keep on tracking the 047 course to 12.3 DME.
You got it, buddy. I'm gonna give you another high five before we end this lesson, teacher, because I got a high five the last time. You snuck it in. You didn't think people would see it, but everybody saw you give me a high five. You know I did a good job last time. I want to start doing the airliner ones for this. They have airliner, and then they have another. There's 5 total. We've been working on 3. We got VFR, navigation, and IFR. Then there's 2 other levels. There's is it called airliner or is it called captain? I forget what it's called, but it's got, oh shit, we need to get down in altitude before he says something. He hasn't told us what altitude to be at, but I'm pretty sure it's 3,500 feet where we should be at. We've been hovering around 3,500 excuse me, the whole time, and he hasn't said anything. But yeah, there's an airliner one, and then there's one other one. I forget the other one. Ander maybe, but yeah, it's like 50 or 60 bucks for this, but I mean, it's definitely worth it. Navigraph's got a free one out now, but the problem with Navigraph that I saw is that it doesn't have an instructor like we have here. Theirs is you just follow their instructions, fly on your own, and then when you're done flying, it'll grade you and tell you how you did. Which, I mean, is okay, but I kind of like having an instructor that can correct you. Especially, you know, like, because, you know, for a while, you know, we used to slip a lot for altitude. It's nice having somebody catch you on that. I think when Chicago was around, he was saying, like, when he grades students, like, if they're off by more than 100 feet from the altitude, they fail. You know, now, look, if it dips down, that's one thing. Like, if it just dips real quick, like, if you hit a pocket of turbulence or a downdraft or something, that's one thing. But, like, you're continually, like, not flying at the altitude, you know, and it's more than 100 feet, I would believe that to be right. I think 100 feet's a good rule of thumb, especially in these kind of airplanes. You should be able to keep it within 100 feet. I think a little more variety in airplane would be nice. Like, after you pass the lesson, let us do a different airplane if you want to. You know what I mean? Like a twin prop or... Yeah, I don't know either. He just disappeared. For some reason, whenever I log into like the Xbox on the Game Pass on the computer, and I pull up games there.
12.3 DME, so turn left to heading 002.
I don't know, but for some reason it keeps on showing like him and a couple other people, like their online activity with Xbox, and it showed that he was in one of the Microsoft simulators over the last like week. I think it was 2024 it showed him in, so I don't know. I don't know what happened to him.
002 until 1 minute. I'll let you know when to turn.
Oh, I got it, teacher. I got it right here, teach. We're good. You can still tell me because that's your job, but got it. Oh man, I hope the Bay 146 finally comes out on 2024 this weekend. I hope Chase Plane finally comes out this weekend. I hope iFly's update comes out this weekend. There's so many things that I want to come out for 2024. There's so many things, and I want to get the Got Friends. I forget what it's called, but it's like an alien spaceship. And it's the same people that made that like trash can kind of airplane that I have, where it's got like all these different parts that are put together. Got like the alarm clock with the coin sliding tree that you put in the coin to start the plane up, and yeah, Got Friends.
There's 1 minute, so turn right heading 182.
But yeah, they have a new spaceship that's come out, and the thing looks banging. I think most of the interior is usable as well. To fly to like 130,000 feet, 180,000 or something like that. Yeah, I need to get that. Like 25 bucks. For some reason, I got a free airplane the other day on 2024. I don't know how the hell I got it, but the Black Square TBM 850, which has been out for a while now, all of a sudden it just showed up for free in 2024 for me. I have no idea how that happened.
Roll out and fly heading 182.
I've never bought that airplane in my life.
Course of 227 using the course knob.
Oh, using the course knob. 227. See, that blue arrow again is cheating. I don't like that. I don't like that they give us that kind of help.
Continue tracking the course 227 at 3,500 feet until 10.3 DME.
All right.
At 10.3, we'll begin a 3-degree descent path.
Okay. Oh, we're gonna land. That's cool.
To find which vertical speed to set to maintain 3 degrees descent, use the 5 times ground speed rule.
That's right.
So if we're flying at 110 knots, descending at 550 feet per minute will maintain 3 degrees.
That's correct.
We'll also use check altitudes during our descent.
Sweet.
So at set distances to go, I'll read out the altitude that you should be at, and you make corrections accordingly.
I can do that, buddy. Or at least I'll try. I will die trying. You got my promise. We got our landing lights on. We got landing lights on. Okay. Because those are very important in the simulator. True airspeed is 120. I wish it would. I think you can set it to show your ground speed on here. Sure, there's a way to show it up on the display here somewhere. All right, we are 1 mile away. Man, these are sweet little missions. I like doing these. These are fun. Like I said, when I first started doing these, kind of like rejuvenated my like inspiration to fly more. You know, because it kind of gets old, man.
It comes 10.3 miles, so start descending at 10.3 at 3 degrees.
There's 550, bitch. I told you I can do it. You know, it kind of gets a little old flying the same airplanes over and over again and starting, and you know what I mean? This at least gives you like objectives and feedback, and you're learning. I mean, it's cool. I bet you the indicator here, the flight director, is 3 degrees. Bet you. All right, we're pretty close.
Passing 9 DME, we expect an altitude of 3,080 feet.
Hey man, we were right on the button, dude.
Make small corrections accordingly.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, at 7 we should be at 2440. We gotta stay better on the course line. We're at 8.4. Got about a half a mile left. I think we're gonna be okay.
Miles, 2,440 feet.
Right on the button, baby. Right on the button, baby. I see home. Right up here. I think that's our home. Wonder who were the first people to figure out that like 3 degrees is the right kind of glide path. It's 5 times the ground speed. Like, I wonder like who like came up with all. Gotta be somebody smart, because it's still used today. Like, even with all the equipment that's out there nowadays, they're still teaching us. Not really lined up with our runway, but it's okay, I guess. At least it doesn't look like we are.
miles, altitude 1,800 feet.
Right there.
This is a slightly offset approach, so we're on the inbound of 227 with the runway course of 232, giving an offset of 5 degrees.
Golf Alpha Charlie cleared to land, runway 23 right, wind 270 at 5.
I'm not supposed to say anything back there. He's supposed to be the one that's talking. I want to get the flap speed.
Stay on course by keeping the CDI centered.
Oh, shut up, Pit. That's not going to keep us. You said it was off by 5 degrees. Right on point, baby. Look at that.
160.
Golly, it doesn't get any better than that.
Instrument approaches have a minimum descent altitude, MDA. You cannot descend any lower than the MDA unless you can see the runway.
Yep.
The bottom of the VOR chart shows our MDA is 690 feet. If you're not visual before 690 feet altitude, you must perform a missed approach.
Very true. Flaps 2. One more setting of flaps, that's what I thought. My feet ready for the rudders, just in case.
We're reaching our MDA of 690 feet. You're cleared to land runway 23 right. Make a full stop landing and come to a stop on the runway.
That's dangerous. You should get off the runway. You're the teacher. That's what you say, buddy. Going flaps full here in a minute. Well, not a minute, but pretty damn soon. As I start riding over top of those lights. Okay, flaps full. Give it a little more juice. That SoFly I just heard in the background, the eco soundscapes. I probably should have turned, well, I don't know if I can turn it off actually. Yeah, too low to go around, right? Yeah, man. Nice. That was fun, dude.
That's this lesson on VOR approaches complete.
Camera shakes. Oh yeah, I don't know. I guess that's part of the flight school. All right, let's see what's coming up next on the flight school here. That was cool, man. All right, yeah. See, we have commander. Know what to do when the engine stops. Deal with severe ice accumulation. That's cool. Then we have the jetliner one. Taxiing out, takeoff, climb. Yeah, I got some more time tonight. Let's do a... let's continue our bush trip in California here. Got some time tonight. And I feel like flying a little bit more. Let's do Breckenridge, and we have I believe this is our next one. The last one we did was 15 minutes. Yeah, now we have 13 here. So let's go. I'm gonna have to change controls real quick, I think. I have this set up for like Cessnas. I need to set this for this kind of airplane. Give me a second here. Controls. Should be this one. Search by input. It should be. Oh, that's not prop one. Yep, there we go. Okay, throttle axis. Very good. Apply and save. All right, let me see what we're supposed to be doing on this one. Black Rock City Municipal. Okay, yeah, this is. We haven't done this one yet. We got to take off, head up 71 for 7 minutes. We're going from here, that 88 NV should be up, right up here. Okay, so this is going to be a fun trip. All right, so we got to go 70 for about almost 3 minutes. What heading are we at right now? Okay. Hold on. Airspeed's alive. Closer to 70 now. Taking off. What did it say we have to do here? Departing from Hairlong, you'll find a road north of the airport leading you east, but when the road dead ends near the Sierra Army Depot, you'll use your heading picking up with the railway that runs in the same direction. Alright, so we need to find a road here. Probably the road right here that we're flying next to. Oh, I don't need track IFR. Alright, I never started timing it, so we'll just have to keep an eye out for the railway. State Route A25 will lead you east, but when the road dead ends near the Sierra Army Depot, you'll keep heading, picking up with the railway line that runs in the same direction. Okay. So here's A25 right here, I bet. This looks like a state route right here. Yeah, that's definitely a road. That's not a railway. Remember the trick with this thing here, with the VFR map, whenever you bring it out and you bring it back in again, it should kind of zero you in on where you're at. So like if we close it right now and then I open it again, it should center us like right where we're at. We're probably getting ready to start bending up. So if you ever get lost, you can kind of do that. Zoom in on the map and then open it up, and then it should put kind of exactly where you're at. And track IFR, I need you in my life. I want to be able to turn my head and have the camera turn, man. Using these knobs and buttons to turn is so... It's so 2024. You know what I mean? Like, we should be above all that now. Let's turn off our landing lights. We should be above using buttons and mouses to turn. See, another thing, like when they give us these times on here, I never know what speed that they're really like. I mean, like, really, what speed are they calculating that off of? Is it 120 knots? You know what I mean? Is it 80 knots? Because this airplane doesn't really go that fast. As soon as we see the railway line, that's... Oh, there's the railway line right underneath of us. We probably use that same railway line in Train Simulator. I've lost complete interest in that game. Train Simulator had such an opportunity to really do good things with that game. Like, all they had to do was just make the conductor stations much more like where you can interact with it, like in the simulator here. Okay, now we should be heading on about a 57. Follow the railway through the desert valley past a second train line arriving from the northwest. As you continue tracking with the railway, watch for a road that comes from the south. It crosses over to take you north to Sand Pass. Alright, so we keep following this until we get to a road, and then when we get to the road, we go north. Northish. But yeah, Train Simulator, like 3, 4, 5, like it's all bullshit. It's the same thing over and over again. You know, you really, there's minimal interaction on the inside. It's just minimal effort. It's almost like the John Madden, it's like the Madden football, but of train simulators. Like they just put in minimal effort and just think that people are just okay with it, but I'm not buying that bitch. I mean, I want a mode where like every time we get in the train, regardless of the train, I want to turn the whole thing on. From A to Z, nuts to bolts, all of it. But they don't think we're smart enough for that. Alright, we got to cross over a little body of water, which I believe is what's coming up over here. Hey. As long as, you know, we got our hands free, because we got the trim set properly. We can't fly forever like that, but we can fly for a couple seconds here and there. Enough time to scratch our nuts and grab a drink. This has always been one of my favorite bush trips, just because there's no navigation. There's only like a few of these that exist in a simulator where there's like zero navigation help. Every bush trip should have been like that. I can't stand the fact that so many of the bush trips just have navigation. It's almost like, instead of calling it a bush trip, just call it like a touring, like just a touring trip. You know, you don't have to think. Just set your navigation, turn your autopilot on, and just, you know, just look at the pretty sights. Which I mean, I guess that's okay. But I always thought these bush trips were made for like navigating your own way, because we're supposedly graded. Like, you don't get the completion, like the proper completion, if you use this backtrack feature, which is available. So like obviously navigation is part of it. But then they make it so easy when you can just put in the navigation info. Yeah, I don't like that. Alright, so once we get... unless I'm just being a grumpy old man. Which I could be. I'm getting older. But I could be just like your dad. Like just a grumpy old fuck. Just dad, just shut the fuck up already. You're grumpy. Just shut up, Dad. I can handle it. It's all good. Wouldn't be the first time I was told to shut up. And there's that little body of water. Yeah, those academies, I think that would be dope. Like after you finish the lesson, like to let you do whatever kind of airplane you want to fly. I think that would be cool. Well, not any airplane, but within reason. But like practice with different airplanes, like the DA-62, you know, the DA-40, you know, the TBM from Microsoft that comes with the base simulator here. A few more weeks and the new season of The Pit comes out. I am so excited. That Pit is a awesome show. No DSP on our channel tonight. We'll have DSP tomorrow probably. I don't know. I might have to go visit a family member tomorrow. It's in the hospital. So I'm either going tomorrow or Saturday, and where they're at, I don't know if I really want to go Saturday because there's a Ravens game, and yeah, just going downtown at all on Sunday is going to suck ass. So I'll probably wind up going when I get off of work tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm going to be streaming tomorrow night. But definitely Sunday we'll be getting caught up because I've been a big detractor of his for a long time, but I've just always kind of kept it to myself. But I'm not doing that anymore. Like I'm going to start commenting on some shit, which is what I started doing recently with some of the episodes. If I'm going to be streaming, I have to do it in a way to where I'm still getting satisfaction of what I want out of it. And part of the reason I didn't stream for a few weeks is because I was having a lot of fun just watching YouTube and being a detractor and doing all these things. But now that but I want to fly as well and stream, so we're just gonna have to combine the two. That way I can fly and still watch. Alright, we should be getting ready to turn on a 347. Watch for a road that comes from the south. That crosses over and takes you north to Sand Pass. Sand Pass. That sounds familiar. I could have sworn Sand Pass. But no, I think we're in Nevada now. Alright, there's the road from the south. But we got to start heading on a 347, I believe. Maybe not yet. It's probably going to be between those mountains there. Yeah, between those mountains. This next little body of water coming up, that's where Bins is. See this right here? I bet you that's this mountain right here. Here's a little body of water for Bins. So when we get to Bins, we'll go ahead. And then we're going to have to climb a little bit, looks like, to get over this little... Very good. See, he's got glasses on. That's what I'm talking about. Pilots wear glasses. That's why we got our glasses on. But yeah, I get off of work at 6:30 tomorrow, and then my plan is just to go right up to the city and go see my family member. Alright, so here we go. We're getting ready to make a turn to 340. And then I bet you this little mountains right here, that's what we're supposed to be flying over. Yep. Give it a little juice so we can get up in the air. Oh shit, look at our speed. I didn't realize we were falling out of the sky. I was looking at cinematic mode. This is the mound we're supposed to be flying over right here. We're good, buddy. We don't need it. See, we're centered up. We're right where we need to be. All right, so on 347, when the road opens farther north in your view will be staggering, marbled, stained sands, stunning evidence of a vast lake dating back millions of years. Follow the road to this gorgeous, arid landscape as a path bends eastward for the briefest of moments. When it straightens back out, look for the waters of Smoke Creek running under the road. Okay. Sounds good to me. So pretty much we go to the waters, and then we go on a heading of 16. Let's see what our map looks like coming up here. All right, so we don't really have anything that's going to help us with that. The only thing we got is, no, there really isn't any kind of. Really isn't any kind of help with that. The only thing we got to look out for is just this gap right here. A little mountain by itself, and then this little gap right here is what we got to look out for. And then when we see that little gap, we just need to veer off to a 16-degree heading. So we're going to be flying this for a little bit. See you, buddy. Nice catching up. I'll check you next time. I'm out too as soon as I finish this flight. Yes, sir. I got some dinner calling my name. Spicy nacho Doritos. Oh my goodness. Can't wait. It'll be good times. Yeah, I got to look that up about track IFR and see if that is something that we can do. Wear eyeglasses. I'm pretty sure you can. I don't think it tracks your eye movement necessarily. I think it tracks more of your head. I know they have a piece that goes up front, and there's a piece you can wear on your head too. I've really been looking into it. Like, I'm this close to getting it. Yeah, I think that'll be fantastic. And then I can open up these other buttons to do other things that I would love them to do. You know, communication things, and you know, VOR needles, and you know, adjusting frequencies and turning lights on and off. Alright, so there's this big empty landmass that we're getting ready to fly into right here. You can see the lightness here. That's mountains. Then we have the green. This is, you know, a different sector, I guess. For a while, I used to think these were train tracks. I was like, oh yeah, all right, just look for the train tracks. I'm like, no, those aren't train tracks. Those aren't train tracks, Greg. Moron. Okay, we pass by this little body of water, and then we go up to where it looks like the mountain kind of just gives us a little bit of an opening. That's kind of where we'll veer off to a 16-degree heading. He said it would look like to me. That could be one of them bodies of water right there. Look at that. Look at that down right there. Yeah, that's this body of water right here. Tony, don't be sleeping on that trick. That trick does good. You close out the VFR map and open it back up again. That trick works like a charm. Right, we can actually start descending again, I think. Now that we're getting out of a little bit of mountain range here. My guess is that this is the opening right up here that I've been talking about. Kind of my guess. Just descend a bit. You know, I like being within 1,000 feet of the ground if I can on these VFR trips. That's what it says. That's what it says to do in the instructions. It says bush trips are supposed to be like 1,000 feet above the ground. So, all right, well, there's the road we're following. As the path bends eastward for the briefest moments, when it straightens back out, look to the waters of Smoke Creek running under the road. Farther down, past the circular farming fields, and now find the waters of Buffalo Slough flowing under the road. It keeps on saying stuff about water flowing under the roads, but I don't see any of that on the map. That's the thing. We're getting closer now to the height I want to be at. Yep, see, we're getting there. We're going to be going on a 16 heading. We're not too far from being done. Nice little trip. Get a little farther up, we're going to be heading on a 16. Alright, almost time to turn. So when we get closer to that mountain range, that's where we're going to turn at. Yeah, they got us pretty close. Pretty close to this one. Like as far as like, not close in proximity to it, but close as far as like, you know, the same latitude. On level with it. Yeah, not proximity closeness. This one coming up, we gotta pass by a little bit of a body of water and then we continue our turn. Okay, this is all this arid area right here. If you zoom out, you can kind of see it. This whole basin here is our basin. Here's the mountains up here. So we just got to keep skimming the mountains, pretty much. Hey. 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 Alright, let's head on a 16-degree heading. Go. What are we supposed to be doing now? Let's see here. Farther down past. Okay, so we gotta look for circular fields. We'll find the waters of Buffalo Slough flowing under the road. And Tractor Desert Road. Okay. So we gotta look for circular farming fields. The big old crop circles. What direction are we going after that? Let's see here. Then we're going on a 46. Okay. Let me see how we are in ratio to mountains. Alright, so we're pretty much still skimming around the mountains here. Like this up here. That's probably this right here. I guess at least. Or it could be this right here. That could be actually what it is. Because then the water's coming up after that. Up and down. You say stop. Wondering if this over here is that little body of water. This could be dried up. Oh no, I think I see it coming up here. Yep, that's probably it. Okay, so I was correct, and this mountain part right here is this mountain part right here. So I was correct. It's this right here, I think. This little body of water is probably this right here. And we got to head on a 46. Wrong thing, damn it. My bad. Sorry, Microsoft. I mean to tweak your system. Look what you did, you little jerk. Why don't you get on your knees and tell me you love me? Frank, I didn't mean anything by it. I'll give you to the count of 10. Get your no good, dirty keister off my property. 1, 2, 10. Got that Tommy gun unloading on him. He's sitting there laughing at him. Little body of water. We'll track it on a 16. Sort of. Heading in the right direction at least. Yep. But we're getting ready to hit that 60. Hit that 61 degrees. Or 46 actually, my bad. 40. So we gotta go 46 degrees, track the desert road until its end. A T intersection onto Nevada State Route 447. Follow 447 heading south. Okay. We pretty much just have to go this way until we see a big road, or a road, and then just follow the road down on 115. Do we have any? Oh, it doesn't matter if we have frequencies to tune. We can't tune any frequencies in here anyways. But we do have no picture of the airport. That's always nice. Good job, Microsoft. Alright, you don't need to know what the airport looks like. Don't worry about it. A dirt runway. Well, at least it has an arrow, so that's good. I can't believe there's no picture of it. We might have to phone a friend. We might have to pull up Navigraph real quick and see if we can find it. Unless we just use this handy dandy map here. Come on, vamonos. Everybody, let's go. Come on, you can do it. Yes, Door to Explore. The kids used to watch the shit out of that when they were younger. I've seen probably just about every episode of that damn Door to Explorer. And the spin-off show. What was it? Manny the whatever? I think that's very racist that Door to Explorer was made to show that little brown girls run away from their family all the time. They continually get in trouble. They have magical wild animal friends that talk to them. And all because they carry a special book bag. Like, maybe what's in that book bag that makes her keep on seeing all these animals she's been talking to? Like, what they got in that book bag? What's Dora got in that knapsack? Got them Dora cookies, them Scooby snacks. Alright, so let's just keep going this way until we get to 447, and then we go down to 115. Oh, would you say, sir? All after incinerators. Said, I want you to fall back by squads of 2 to the APC incinerators. Where'd the Sarge go? We got Sarge, let's get the fuck out of here. Marines, we are leaving. Great scene from Aliens. And they go down into the depths of hell and they all die, or they all get captured. Some die, some get captured. And there's like, out of a squad of like 15, like 4 come back. Like 4 or 5, and they're like jacking it. They're like, and we ain't getting out of here. We just killed all our guys. Like, man, let's just call it even. Let's just get out of here. And I don't. The one thing with Aliens that I kind of have to suspend my disbelief on. I don't believe that Aliens, that Pharaoh, the pilot, would have left that door open, like for the alien to climb up into. You know what I mean? Like when Spunkmeyer comes back up, And he's like, wait a minute, there's something on the... And she's like, just get up here. Like, I don't know, on a military operation that they just would have left with no camera picking up movement, like nothing, like really? Like even in the first Aliens, the Nostromo had or the ship that went down to the surface, that wasn't the Nostromo, but the ship they had to go down, you could see everything. The cameras, like, tell me that alien snuck on board, nobody knew anything. That I find hard to believe. That was like the one thing in Aliens that just kind of was like, I don't know, James Cameron. Other than that, I thought the movie was awesome. The movie is awesome. It's just that one little part. I'm just like, man, I just do not see military doing that. But it could have happened. Maybe Spunkmeyer ran out for something real quick that they don't show on camera, and then, you know, the alien kind of sneaks in real quick and with that alien goo and everything. It's got the goo, baby, all that alien goo. We got to be heading south soon, because we're coming up to this mountain and we don't cross a big mountain. But that's got to be, we got to be. Yeah, see here it comes down like this. This one kind of comes down. It's got to be where we're getting ready to turn on the 115. But I would imagine we're going to start seeing this road here pretty soon. I really hope they don't come out with a second season of Alien Earth. That was probably the... for me, it's the worst show I think I've ever seen. I've never seen... I haven't seen House of Dragons. That doesn't interest me. I haven't seen the spin-off of Lord of the Rings on... whatever the fuck it's on, Amazon or Hulu. I don't know what the hell it's on. That has no, I am not interested in watching that either. Like, y'all can miss me on that one. Like, I'm okay. I can go through the rest of my life happily and say I've never seen one lick of that show other than what I've been forced to watch during like previews. I think we're getting ready to start heading down south. Oh, you know what? I forgot. We got, shit, we do have this. I forgot about this. Forgot about Chase Plane for a minute, that it's got this feature. This road's got to be coming up here somewhere. We're getting there. Oh, maybe we do fly over part of this slip right here. Okay. Wish we had a little bit of a faster plane with this thing. A cool plane though. I like it's got like a sunroof, like a Targa top, like one of those Targa Porsche 998s from back in the day. That was such a banging ass car. If y'all don't know what the 998 is, man, that was such an amazing car back in, I believe it was the 90s that car was out. It might have been late 80s, early 90s. Porsche 998. What a beautiful car that was. I need to put one of those together again. Crack open that car mechanic simulator one day. That's one game I was hoping would come out with a sequel. Again, I know it's got a couple of sequels out now already, but I really was looking, like, I think the last one that came out was 2021. Y'all need to come out with another one of those. Those are fun. Oh, wait a minute. I think I see a road. Bet you that's our road right there. See what kind of heading we're going to be on. Yeah, that's about a 115 heading. Works for me. Gotta be it. We can't get that much closer to the mountains. They don't have us going over the mountains, so this has to be the state route. It's on the same angle. Gotta be it. Route 477 is bordered by Granite Peak to the east. Right. Once you make your way around the mountain's southernmost tip, the road will bend northeast toward a triangle-shaped junction. Okay, so we pretty much just follow the road. They told us in VFR school, keep the visual object where you can see it when you look out the window. So let's look out the window. There's our road. Let's keep that on the side so you will see it. You just got to keep following this till we get to a triangle-shaped junction. The triangle continue northeast using the road in that direction as your guide. Soon you'll see another junction off to the east leading you to the famous Black Rock City. Dirt runway denoted with an arrow is in your destination. Come in for your landing and complete this leg of the journey. Still 6. Guess we should put our landing lights back on just to tend. We just take it on a 36 roughly until we get to Black Rock City. 6. Are we getting there? Keep taking this road until we see a big old city. And then we have a runway with a big old arrow, supposedly. We have 2 levels of flaps. Very good. Let me let you up and down. Say stop. Alright, keep on following this. Get to a triangle junction, we'll see Black Rock City, and there'll be some sort of airport with an arrow where the runway is, supposedly. What's the directions say? I don't have a visual of the runway, so I have no idea what it looks like, or the airport. Just the description. Can't find it. We'll just pull up Navigraph and see what they say. But I think we'll be okay. I think I remember landing at this airport once before. I know I have, because I did this whole bush trip, except for the very last leg. That I never completed, the very last leg. But when it comes time for me to do that on this, you know, on this roundabout, you know, of me doing this, then that'd be the first time I've ever completed that leg. Alright, let's see where we're at. We are heading in the right direction. Continue to go through these mountains here. This tip is probably this right here. Or this right here could be this right here. Either way, I think that this mountain range right here, I believe, is this right here. That's my guess. That big town of, what's it called? Black Rock? Is that what it's called? Button. Yeah, Black Rock. Landing light should be on. Yep. See it right down here. Right beneath the fuselage. The fuselage. No! No, America, no! Yeah, this has to be that part of the IFR map we were just looking at. Right here. And we should be pretty damn close to the airport. Looks like it's about even with the tip. Almost even. Ain't nothing wrong with being even with the tip. I need something to get even with my tip. You know what I'm saying? My tip. Get me a tip. Yeah, I really want to buy that new Got Friends space shuttle, or spaceship, man. It's $25, which I could spend it right now, but that would leave me really short for the rest of the week, and I don't want to do that to myself. In case I need groceries. Like, it's not, like, that big of a deal. Can wait a few more days. But yeah, they're the ones that made that scrapyard monster that we've flown quite often. The one that's got, like, the whole neon kit. The Ferrari engine, it's got like the anvil, the huge weight that you drop off the bottom of it for ballast. It's the little airplane that's got the alarm clock that you use to turn the airplane off with the little coin slot you put a quarter in to start the airplane up. You guys see me fly the airplane before, you know what I'm talking about. Scrapyard monster. Got Friends. Is it from Got Friends or is it from French fries? Or Got Fries. I forget who makes it. I remember the word fries is somewhere in the title of the company, because in the Scrapyard Monster, when you pull the ashtray out, it's got like warm French fries in it you're supposed to be able to eat. So we gotta be coming up to this area pretty soon. We're getting there. It's just there is nothing out here. 0.0. We're definitely getting closer. Trying to see if I can see two little bodies of water. And in that way I can just go to the northwest of those. Any mountain peaks around? Let me see. Doesn't look like it. No, not really. Just parallel to this one that we've already kind of discussed. Alright, there could be the town right there that they're talking about, which would make sense with that wind, the bird killer right there. Wind turbines. What a dumbass idea for power. Just another way for more people to try to get rich. Whole new sector of energy that doesn't have to exist. Like, wind energy does 0.0 to help out. If anything, it's worse for the environment. It kills insects, it kills birds. It takes tons of fossil fuels to make those wind turbines, and they don't really generate any electricity at all. Just remember Dallas from a few years ago, and like the whole city of Dallas was under this freeze warning, and they had like no electricity because their circuits blew and all that. Well, they had plenty of wind, you know, wind towers. The wind towers at maximum capacity could only power like 10% of the city or 20%. It was crazy. That was the first time I noticed it, like with wind power. I'm like, man, that shit ain't going. Like, maybe as a backup to a backup to a backup, maybe, but. Alright, this airport's got to be around here somewhere. So we might have to get on Navigraph and check things out. Right, there's the body of water. Can't go that far. I wish that this thing would show where we're supposed to go. Just doesn't show it. So we might have to pull it up on Navigraph. Soon you'll see another junction leading you to a famous Black Rock City, a dirt runway denoted with an arrow. Let me do it this way. Let me zoom out. We gotta turn around, I believe. We might not have went far enough north. Just based on what this map looks like right now. A little more north. Oop. This way. Looks like there could be a strip over here. We're getting closer, I think. Maybe. See you in a minute. See if we're getting farther away or if we're getting closer. Yep, we're getting closer. I just want to see where it is so I can circle and then land. Must have really passed it. I mean, like, we really, like, really went past it. Like, I didn't realize we went that far past it. This might be too close to the... Yeah, I think to the... or to the east. Keep on heading eastish. See if we can find this runway. Getting there. We probably could zoom in on that map a little bit more, but kind of like where it's at right now. Just want to see a runway with a big arrow. What we're looking for. Could be right around here. It's right around here somewhere. This is it right here. This little plot of land right here. Yeah, it's directly south of this, I think. It's crazy that there's nowhere in sight. One thing we can do is... Actually, let's see where we're at now. Let's keep that map zoomed in like that. We'll just fly around a little bit. think these are the little hash marks right here on the map. Means it should be just directly south of us here. That's right, so it should be directly south of this. I just don't see a dirt runway or anything. There's like nothing here. Let's just park it. Let's turn around. We'll just drive on the ground until we get to it. That's crazy. But we can't even find the runway. Like, it'd be nice if there's a... Just show us a picture, Microsoft. That's it. Why can't y'all show us a picture, huh? Look at that. Thank goodness there's all this barren land out here in California. I swear I don't see any kind of airport with a big arrow or anything. That's what they said, though. They said that's what they said. We're just gonna keep on heading northeast. We'll get there. We getting there. Alright, we're still going to keep heading northeast. Getting there. Now this is pod racing. Let's head north. Stop and see what happens. Wait a minute. Yeah, 88NV is the right one, right? That's where we're supposed to go. Yeah, okay, I am right. Okay. I was getting myself confused for a second. Wait a minute. Should I be going there? Wow, we are like so close to this thing. I'm about ready to get this bitch up. I'm about ready to start from the next one just to see where the hell this runway is, because I swear I don't see this thing at all. Still nothing, huh? All right, keep going. I mean, we're like right in line with it. I'll drive around for just another minute maybe, and then I'm about ready to give this up, because it's really not fair without showing us what it looks like. I don't see any arrows anywhere on the ground. It's so dumb, Microsoft. No wonder people don't like you, Microsoft. Fucking troll. Microsoft the Troll. Should be like a movie. We're like right on top of this thing too. think we're getting farther away from it. Unless we're supposed to stay on that straight line. But that doesn't make sense to me. We've never had to do that before. Alright, I give up. Fuck this. This is such bullshit. Let's see what where we start at. Let's start at the next leg. I'm not gonna do the next leg, but I just want to start there and just see where they put the airplane, because that's bullshit. We were all around that. We flew all around that area. There was nothing on the ground, no runway anywhere. I'm not gonna just waste my time. Microsoft's trolling us. Hey, dude, they take away all the fun all the time. Microsoft always taking fun away from it. X-Plane is so much better. It really is. It really is. Sorry. Truth. I don't know, when you start X-Plane on, this shit just works. It works well. Microsoft's good, but not on X-Plane level, that's for sure. Alright, let's see where we start off here. This is right where we just were. What? Man, fuck you, Microsoft. Suck my balls. All of it. Y'all can get it all, Microsoft. You fucking for real? Like, how am I supposed to find this? I mean, for real, Microsoft. Y'all can get bent. Bunch of trolls. For real. That's where we just were. Look at this. What? Why are we all the way over here when this is where we're supposed to be at? What? What? No wonder we couldn't find it. Because they have us all the way over here. Look. Watch. Let me zoom all the way in. And look. Look where they have us. Right here. That is so far away from here. What the fuck are you doing, Microsoft? No wonder we couldn't find it. I would have been here until I fully transitioned. Like, I'd be here forever. Alright, I'm getting out of here. I'm tired. I'll be back, I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow, but I'll definitely be back on Sunday for sure. Absolutely, 100%. Hopefully with maybe a long haul flight. I don't know. I want to do something that I haven't done in a while. I want to do an airplane I haven't done in a while, or maybe a combo where it's like one airplane somewhere and another airplane somewhere else. Like, I don't know. I got some ideas that I'm working on. Also depends on what updates come out between now and Sunday morning too. So anyways, I hope you all have a good Saturday. If you're working, hope you kill it on Saturday. I will do my best to have a good day myself. And I will see you on the next episode of AX3 Airplane Show. See you next time. Hit like, subscribe, and follow. See ya.